Hello, my name is Dak. I'm doing a C# console application and I just wanted to share my experience. And I'm just going to use Visual Studio Code and .NET 10. I already have it installed on one of my VMs, and this is my VM, and I'm going to create a sample project and then play around and share my experience, see how it goes, and as I go more and more complex, we'll keep adding new features as I learn them. So here I'm going to create a new directory. My first console app CD and say .NET new console. Name is gonna be my app. We find dash output directory is gonna be the current directory, and should be created in that directory. So I will open up Visual Studio Code, open to that folder. I have a shortcut here. Select the directory and simple project. Visual Studio Code creates, the CLI creates it for you, and it's just a hello world. There's nothing else in there. So it's pretty simple. I'll run it and see what it does. See if it'll let me run it like that. I need to select C# and start my app. Hello world. Cool. So let's add a prompt for a username or something like that. Say string name console read line. Actually, let's actually ask them what's this. Oh, it already knows what I'm thinking. All right, here, let's output what we got. Okay. Oh, well, let the AI help us. I'm not sure it's AI agent or is it Visual Studio Code helping me. We'll figure out as we go. All right, let's see if we run it. What does it do? Now it's running on a debug console, which I don't want. I actually want the console to pop out into another window, and I figured out how to do that earlier, so I'll add that feature later. So what is your name? I'm going to say Dak and say hello Dak, welcome to C# programming. Okay, cool. So that's pretty simple. So I want to actually make it pop out as a console window separate from the application. So you had to create a folder in the project directory called .vscode, and in there you have to create a new file called launch.json, and I have to cheat and get the text file, and this is what we need. Pretty much saying we want to execute the DLL, and we got to find what the DLL is. So I'm going to go to the directory, my first ConsoleApp. It's in bin debug net. It's the same one since I named the same app name. So this is the DLL name, and that's what we needed to point to. So if it's a different name, you need to change that. So let's, I don't have this part yet, so I'll delete that. That's if you want it to build and run. So now if I run, it pops out so to a console window by itself. I say DAC. Now it doesn't wait for you, so that's why it didn't show the results. So I'm going to do another console read line. Doesn't matter. I wanted to wait for us. So now the reason it didn't do the new stuff is because it didn't compile it, and that's where the build process is important. And again, I'm not familiar with Visual Studio Code as much, so but if I say .NET build my app, now I'll rebuild it. Alright, so now if I run it, it's a DAC. Now I get the new thing I added, which is the hello welcome. So I'll show you that again. I hit enter to exit. So actually here we'll put something. I'm just going to copy that line, say press any key to continue. No, actually that's not right. Press enter key to exit. Something like that. So now, although I change it, if I run with F5, it's not gonna do that. Update the code, update the application, because it didn't compile the application. So to compile it, you have to go back here and do it. Oh, there's another task JSON we can add, and that's the other file, other little cheat that I have added. And if you're using Visual Studio, the full professional edition, all this will be there automatically. And there's ways to add all this automatically with tools and such. I'm not familiar with it. I'm learning, so this is a learning experience for me too. So let's figure it out. So here now I have a build step. So this build will pick up this task, and it says compile this task. So now let's say we change anything in here. And F5 could not find build. Oh, tasks, I didn't do that right, so that's fine. Don't save it. I want to, let's see if it works. Like, no, I am going to replace it with what I had before. I'm going to delete this one that I had. Alright, let's see if this works. Ah, it compiled it. Yep, updated the exclamation, so alright, cool. So to check it again, hello. Let's just add another line just so we see. New things. Alright, we compile it. Alright, cool. Alright, so that's the basics of it. Now I want to actually draw a line across the screen. So one of the cool things that's built into the console is it will give you the screen width. So I'm gonna do screen width equals console dot window width, and well, actually let's get, it's helping me out there. I want that too. And tab to complete it. So I'm going to do a full yeah. Visual Studio Code was helping me, so actually that's not what I want. I want to go draw a line across the screen. Alright, so I don't need the name part, to be honest. That's for fun. So if you want to comment that out, let's see. We should just draw a line across the screen. Nope, it didn't. So what did we do wrong? So there's another thing that you have to clear. Let's clear the screen just for that. So that's set cursor position. There you go. Yeah, let's start with 0, 0. Let's do that, and then let's see if it helps us. So yeah, left. So I want to go with I. I'll actually make this X so that it follows a pattern. Alright. So we're going X direction, left to right, in cursor position, and then right asterisk and new line. Let's see. Nope, I'm doing a new line every line. So that's what we want. Oh, because it's resetting the position. That's cool. It didn't matter that I had a new line. So since it's always resetting the position to the X and 0, so it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that's cool. So now we do have the height too, so I'll go down. Lazy, I'll copy it. Do a Y. Studio Code is helping me. I'll change that. So what is it saying? 0. So it's gonna be on the left. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna go on the left. Yep. So we got the top line, and they got lines on the left. Okay. Alright, so we're going to just do -1. Let's do -2, just so that it doesn't go scroll beyond the screen. Let's see what it does. There you go. Alright, so I want to go on the right side too. Actually, we could do that in one sweep. So I'm trying to draw a rectangle around the screen. You're following. So add another 2 lines. And what we want is screen width, and we don't want to go to the extreme edge because it's zero based. So 0 is the first column, and then screen width is 1 beyond the right edge. So you got to come back 1. So let's see if that works. So we got semi border. So we could do the same thing with the bottom line. Too smart for its own good. There you go. We got a rectangle. Alright, cool. And we want it to above so that it doesn't get underneath our prompt. That's good enough. At least we know what it's doing. So, cool. Alright, I think that's enough for this video. I add another one when I do the next step. Thanks.